Did you switch? I feel like you're closer or bigger or something. I don't know than normal.
Closer or bigger? I could tilt it. Do you want this? Like
You're good. It just I don't know. You seem bigger this time around. I
oh,
don't know.
maybe I'm bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a
Yeah.
big boy now. I want to hear my new favorite sound from House of the Dragon.
I can't wait to hear it, Jerome. Let's hear it.
Oh, sorry. I lied. That's I clicked the wrong button. Sorry.
I was gonna say that's not new, is it?
Here, this is House of the Dragon.
The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
There you go. That's good.
I meant to put that on there last week before because it was that episode, but I don't know why that stayed in my head since the guy has yelled that, and then he got killed by the little kid too. But
That
just like
is
when
a,
the kid's like pleading his case, and he's like, "The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt."
That's a good one.
It just kind of reminds, like, I could totally see, like, if you were, like, on the side, someone, like, pleading to a queen, you being, like, just jabbing at the guy with all those insults.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't be that nice about it. I mean, I know he said cunt, but I feel like that was accepted back then. But and he said it pretty,
The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
yeah,
Dumb
like,
cunt.
The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt. Like, I would not have said it that nicely.
This is more up to your speed.
Oysters, clams, and cockles!
I mean, it's funny that TikTok you sent me, that's the name of their podcast.
Oh, is it really? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, the one you sent me, I think, on Saturday, and maybe it was yesterday or Saturday, but it was like, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I opened it and then something.
Mm-hmm.
That one, that one's named Oysters, Clams, and Cockles.
Wow, that's funny. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I go, what? I'm like, did he do something? And then I was like, oh, that's like this the name of their podcast.
That's funny. I started a side podcast in Game of Thrones called Oysters, Clams.
Oysters, clams, and cockles!
You just never know.
Well, can you tell, because of the episode, I'm a little green today?
See that now, yes.
Yeah, we're Team Allison. Are you Team Allison or Team Rhaenyra? Because
I'm
clearly they're
Rhaenyra.
going to battle it out. It's going to be, from what I've heard, it's like
Yeah.
some dress up like green, some dress up as black, and it's green versus black or whatever. But I feel like I felt bad for Allison and stuff this episode, but honestly, I feel like I'm always going to be Team Rhaenyra.
Yeah, but see, her wanting her uncle, and that just bothers me too.
That does make it a little hard when every time she tries to fuck her uncle.
Like your panties.
Yeah.
God, that makes it a little
It's
difficult.
like, I like you, I'm rooting for you, but God, what are you doing there, Chief?
Queen
Like, what are you doing? You dumb sea wagon.
But what'd you think about this episode? It was kind of another slow one, but I really enjoyed it. It was a fun. There was a wedding, of course, like Game of Thrones. It didn't end well.
Yeah, I thought it was slow. I thought the first 45, 50 minutes of it was slow.
Yeah.
And then whatever the introductions, once that started, it was like, okay, it's like shifted it into high gear.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like almost every episode we start, I'm like sitting there going, who is this or what is this? And I have a little panic attack, like I missed something.
I can see
because I'm like, who is this?
Well, yeah, because
lady?
it's
I'm like,
so
I don't fucking
random.
know this woman,
and it could be in the future. Like this could have been a child we saw episodes ago. Like I get that. You just never know. But
yeah, because like
that was
I had like a little panic attack when they started. I'm like, what did I miss? I'm like, who is this?
That's funny.
But it wasn't. I mean, I was did not realize he. Did they talk about him having a wife in the past?
Yeah, they kind of hinted at it over the episodes. Like every time he would, remember when he tried to marry he stole the egg and tried to marry the girl on the bridge, and they were like, "You're already married," and he's like, "That didn't stop Aegon the Conqueror," and then they've had these arguments all the time, but they've kind of hinted at her, and it seems like he says that she is kind of a dick to him, and she doesn't really like him, and kind of came across that way when they fought there. Maybe it seems more like he's the asshole probably, but
well, I mean, she could be an asshole too, but I mean, he's definitely a dickhead.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Did you watch the like inside the episode or whatever?
I didn't, and I did not watch the next on.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I asked you last night. The king is dead because
Gotcha. No, yeah, because they showed him as an old.
yeah.
He looks fucking horrible in the next on.
I saw a tweet with the picture, and I was like, whoa! I was
yeah,
like,
you look fucked up. Cause I
was like, I'll have to tell Jerome that I didn't watch the next on because he's probably going, well, didn't you fucking watch the next on, you stupid fucking cunt?
What's really funny though is when they show him, because they really did film it as if the king was he was dead there. So I got like why you text that, but while that was happening, my first thought was, oh, I bet Hess thinks he's dead.
Yeah,
I knew I was right, but they did film it that way. They made it look that way.
A heart attack when the shit starts breaking out.
Yeah,
he's bleeding from his nose. He looks like hell the entire episode. He's seasick or just sick, period. And then they, it looks like he has a blister full on his whole entire arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy is not doing well. And then, he like collapses right after they get married. I'm going, he's dead. He saw his daughter get married. He's dead. He fulfilled his thing or whatever.
That's true. Yeah.
But
I saw that apparently he had the actor has talked about what the character's going through and all that, and he says that King Viserys has leprosy, and it's gonna get so bad that he's gonna wear like, it looks like one of the Son of the Heartbeat mask, kind of like the crab guy wore. So he's gonna wear a mask. So he's just gonna get more and more fucked up as the episodes go on, I think.
He's a leper.
But that'll be kind of fun just to see him kind of like shrivel up, and like as like the girls will start fighting and growing up, and he's just gonna shrivel up.
It's interesting. Yeah. So I mean, it was almost kind of pointless, I guess, to me, at least at this point, to even show his wife. Like,
well, and I guess in the books you just hear that that's what I was gonna say earlier. They inside the episode, I think it was the showrunner, said that in the books it just says like she fell off her horse and broke her back and her skull was crushed. And he was like, oh, that was kind of a weird like detail that they put that her skull was crushed. So he thought about it, and that's why they wrote into the show that Damon goes back with the Rock and all that. So I
wish they would have showed it.
I know, me too, kind of. I mean, they showed the dude get his they showed Joffrey get his face pummeled in. His face was fucked up at the end. But apparently in the book they kind of brushed over it, so I don't think it was like, I think it's just about the land and all the stuff he's trying to get and all that.
Yeah.
Which
it was pretty crazy
because the time jump too. Do you think he's gonna have the land next week, or do you think that's just like a detail for like? Do you think that'll even matter because we'll be so far in the future next week?
Well, it's only 10 years from what I read.
Yeah, but I mean, does that? And I guess I think in the next time they do mention him, like he like abandoned the place or whatever. But like,
I mean, probably. But I mean, I know 10 years is a big time jump, but I mean, I don't know. Is it really? You know what I mean? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, actress and actor wise, yes, that's probably a big
it's
jump.
It's such a big time jump. They need different actors.
Well, but I mean,
But it'll be weird too, seeing like, because I saw a picture of like all of the Targaryens and kids that are going to be introduced like next week and so on and so on. And
where are they getting all these like pictures? I fucking see them all over. I'm like, I think people like seen the episodes and are just grabbing them, or like
no, they just release like stills and shit online for people.
Because I mean,
to, like,
they're like everywhere. I'm like, Jesus Christ, because it was like. It's the new Rhaenyra with like, and then she has like two little boys standing next to her or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, and then I'm just like, where did all
I feel like it happens less and less. It started
like that last week.
Yeah,
like I noticed before this episode last night. Leading up to last night,
I saw on Twitter like you liked a picture, like it had like a ton of them on there.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, where are all these coming from?
I think it happens less and less as shows go on, but I think because it's new, and I mean, there's 10 million people watching every week, so I think they're putting out stuff just to build the hype every week for that. But I think as shows go on, the like excitement like that goes down. So I think that stuff will lessen as it goes on. But yeah. I've always thought that's weird that like people will get excited for pictures and all that, but I don't like if it's not a trailer or anything. I was like, I don't care. I'll watch the show. I don't need to look at a picture of next week.
It's so funny to me, and I mean, I doubt this is you. You probably don't think this way. Mm-hmm. Hell, probably no one thinks this way. But Every time I see Lanar, what is his name? Lanar.
I'm not sure. It's one or the other,
The
probably.
one she's married.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know how to pronounce it though.
Every time I see him, I think of Jaden Smith. I don't know why. Literally, every time I'm like, "Oh, there's Jaden Smith."
Shut up.
I'm not kidding.
That's fucking hilarious.
Every time I see him, I'm like, "Oh, look, it's
I'm not
Jaden
gonna
Smith.
be able to. Just like I can't unsee that horse being Machine Gun Kelly. Now I'm not gonna be able to unsee him as fucking Jaden Smith.
Well, I'll have to ask Nick. I'll have to ask Nick if he sees that.
That's funny though. But also, it's a horse. It didn't oddly kind of look like Machine Gun Kelly though.
You know, I honestly didn't pay too much attention to it because I didn't want it to ruin it for me. You know,
I sent that to Taylor too, and Taylor was like, "I get that. It really does look like him."
I mean, it makes
was
sense.
Weird.
He's strange.
No, yeah, I don't
He's
like him.
too
I don't like him either. He's kind of a weirdo.
I mean, it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being weird, but like he's.
Yeah.
Just,
well, I mean,
I don't think I don't think he was a good rapper. I don't think he's a good. Maybe he's a good musician. I don't know. That's not my type of music. Whatever he plays now, you know. So I mean, he got destroyed by Eminem.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, he was like, "Oh, I should probably quit rapping."
I just know that him and Megan Fox, the stuff that has come out from their relationship, like her saying she wanted to go back in time and suck his baby dick, and just weird shit like that. It's just kind of I don't know. It's weird. Everything about that is just strange.
It is. It is. But hey, I mean, I guess that's what you do.
I mean, I guess it's true love.
Rich and famous.
They found each other. That's true. I think they do like. I think they've drank in each other's blood too and shit like that.
But I don't think they're together anymore. I think they broke up.
I think
I'm
they're
almost
still together.
certain. I'm gonna look it up, Jerome.
All right.
I could have swore they broke up, but apparently not.
I didn't think. Maybe they did. They could have broke up and got back together.
This is from August. Okay, Machine Gun Fox, Megan Fox,
Machine Gun Fox. That's their kid.
Bro, this dude is wild. I don't know if you've seen this fucking photo here, Jerome, but
oh boy,
I don't know if you can see it, but look at his fingernails on her belly.
That is weird. Why is he? What is he like, Freddy Krueger?
Those are like 8-inch nails.
I'm extremely confused.
Yeah, apparently they're still together.
Aww.
Could you? I mean, I don't know. She's hot, but she's probably kook. I mean, she's clearly kooky magooky. So
kooky magooky. I like that.
Yeah, kooky.
But,
kooky head.
Speaking of people who are actually not together,
yes,
Lenore and Joffrey.
Yeah,
are no longer together. Not by a breakup, by a face pummel. What do you think is the do you think Kristen Cole was just like, fuck, this guy knows my secret, I can't let anybody else know it, even though I just told Rhaenyra all this, I'm gonna beat his ass?
I think it was maybe some jealousy and paranoia together.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Because then also right after that he was gonna kill himself and tell or she didn't tell him, he told Allison. But then she caught him and then he was gonna kill himself too.
Yeah, but see, I mean, and I mean, I didn't really get a chance to think about this all that much today, but I mean, did she orchestrate this, Allison? Did she?
Oh, you think like she told Kristen Cole to fucking kill that dude? I mean, how would she have known about him though?
I don't. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, they all seem to know everybody's secrets and dirty shit.
That's true. Well, yeah, because she kind of has her own little finger now. The hand of the king's son, whispering sweet nothings in her ear. Yeah,
and that guy looks so familiar. I looked him up. He's in some show you watch, Doctor Who or something.
Oh, he's in Doctor Who, really?
Like Needleham is his name? Something Needleham?
Wow, that's interesting. You think a guy named Needleham would stick in your brain?
Well, because I was like, oh, because I Abby didn't watch it with me. She was playing a game, and I was like watching it, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, that guy looks so fucking familiar. I'm like, where? And so like I paused the episode and looked him up, and he was in some kind of Doctor Who. 9.2 on IMDb for last night's epi.
Oh wow. Oh, I wonder I wish I had a better ranking. Maybe I'll look it up and I'll put it in here. I'm gonna put in all the rankings of all the weddings, and we'll see which wedding has been ranked the best. I'm sure probably the red wedding, but we'll see.
I'm sorry, Matthew Needham.
Mm.
He was in Sherlock.
I have seen Sherlock.
He was in Doctor Who 2021. Is that a movie?
Oh, that's the seasons. Okay, well I got it. That's the new Doctor.
The BBC.
Yeah, no, that one I haven't watched all those ones because that one's pretty horrible.
He's in that.
So those ones are pretty bad.
He's in some movie called From a Strange Land. Well, maybe it's not a movie. It just says, oh, it's a short. Well, because it says From a Strange Land, and then it just says 7-minute runtime. I'm like, it's not a movie. It's a short.
Gotta still pay $10. Go see 7 minutes.
He was in Chernobyl. I don't know if you watched that.
I never watched Chernobyl. I really
started
should.
it. He was in The Hollow Crown. Sherlock is, I guess, the biggest one that I recognize. But God, he just looks so familiar. I was like, fuck. I'm like, where is he from? And yeah, I don't know him from anything. So
that's funny.
He apparently looks like someone else.
Was there anything that stood out in the episode that you wanted to talk about?
Was it? I mean, did we all know what was coming at the end? Or, I mean, did that come as a surprise to you?
I thought a death or something was going to happen at the end. I didn't think it was going to be the guy Joffrey getting beat to death. When he told Sir Kristen Cole that, I was like, oh, that'll be kind of fun. Like, we'll get to see them, be awkward around each other while they're banging each other's people and all that. But then he just killed him right away.
Well, but I mean, to me, Joffrey seemed kind of shitty when he was telling you.
Yeah, no, it was a little blackmail-y-ish.
And I'm like, why are you why does he need to know? Like,
I don't understand why he needed to snoop out the situation and be a dick about it, because there's better way. And even tonight's not that was not the night to go up to him and tell him about it either. Yeah.
Well, because he's like, I'm working. What do you want? And then he was just standing there, and I just thought that whole dynamic was weird. I'm like, it just didn't make sense to me as to why he did that, and he came across that way and presented himself that way. I thought it was funny because I was scrolling through tweets today, and there was a bunch of the LGBTQ people who were like, oh, love is love, and then I was reading the comments, and it was like,
oh boy,
yeah, not anymore. I just thought it was funny because I was like, wow, because I had no clue. And then where did this Harwin guy come in, or is that his name, Harwin or Harlan?
I don't know. Who's that?
He's the guy that went and grabbed Rhaenyra at the end whenever he looks like a Tom Hardy guy.
I've seen some stuff, but I think he is also the son of the Hand of the King. I think
it's Sir Harwin Breakbones Strong is his name.
Oh, I mean, he sounds pretty tough just by the name.
Oh, okay. So this says he's the type of man who solves all your problems, don't ask stupid questions, takes care of you, stays loyal, and eats your pussy. That's a tweet. That's the top tweet.
I was gonna say, what the fuck? And just in the book is and he'll eat your pussy.
That's why everyone wants this man, and so do I. That's the top tweet.
Oh, okay. Well, now we got our answer about him.
Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot this, and I'm gonna send the picture to you. I was like, what is this? Okay, you should recognize the guy. I just thought it was weird because he to me, like I said, he just kind of came in at the very end.
It seemed like he was a bodyguard or something that was implemented and we didn't get to see.
Yeah. Well, but he looks like he's just in regular street clothes too.
Yeah, and then he just came in.
I wonder if he's a guard and he was off duty or something, and he was just enjoying the party.
He's an undercover guard. He's there just chilling. When they snap their fingers, he's got to come to action and fuck people up.
Fuck you!
Let me see. What else? Not really. I mean, you could really sum down this episode in 30 seconds.
Well, that's the funny thing, because after I watched it, I mean, we talked about it last night, I'm going, fuck, I'm like, we might just have a 5-minute pod. We might just do a short period.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, a lot of stuff went on. There's a lot of,
There's a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
like little shit. I feel like teasing for future arguments and whatnot. You know?
Well, they set you up. They set you up for, you know, shit that's going to happen later on down the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you know, we have the time jump. We have, I don't know. And then was that Jason? That was Jason Lannister acting like a twat head at the thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, when she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, your company is always happy" or whatever. She was
Yeah.
like, he was, and yeah, because he's like, "Oh, if women went to war, but they'd never be ready." I am kind of curious what's going on with these twin Lannisters because they keep showing them, and this guy is a known actor, so I'm curious eventually what is going to be the storyline with these twin Lannisters, because so far they just keep showing up and being dicks.
Yeah. Well, I think, but I mean, I feel like a lot of the Lannisters were dicks.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I'm just curious.
And
where
I
it's
wonder if they're. So I mean, I wonder if everyone in this show named Joffrey is just a dickhead.
Yeah, they're just an asshole that'll eventually die.
Yeah.
Maybe. I am like, can't they come up
So,
with new names
yeah.
in this fucking universe too? There's 17 Aegons.
Well-
there's a bunch of Joffreys.
Well, 'cause it's funny because I was texting Nick, you know, and he was telling me that he was reading. He was. I mean, I'm sure he's probably way deeper now, but he was like, he's like, I'm like 200 or 300 pages in or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I'm sure it's probably confusing with just like all the characters. And he's like, yeah, he's like, and some of them have the same fucking name.
Yeah, no,
And
yeah,
I
he
go,
was telling me.
Make me crazy.
I forget which character it was, but he was following a character, and he goes, but because it like just started, I don't know if it's this person or this person or this person. And I was like, fuck, just get another name.
That would drive me crazy. So, I mean, do we think that Daemon and Rhaenyra get married?
They do get married. I don't know if it'll be in this season or not. I'm assuming it will be, but I don't know when.
See,
because I know they have kids together and shit. So eventually, a whole bunch of that's gonna go down.
Right. Well, and that's one of the stills I saw. It was Rhaenyra with 2 young boys.
Oh yeah, okay.
But they had brown hair, which confused me.
Yeah, I saw something. That guy you might have shown. I don't know now. I forget who it is, but I saw a TikTok. It's either that guy or another person is actually the father and not the sea snake.
What?
So I don't.
Well,
I don't
we're talking
know.
about Rhaenyra here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, sea snake is Corlys, right?
Well, but his son's a sea snake too, so I couldn't think of
Lenore, whatever. Okay.
But someone else is the father.
Well, clearly, I mean, if it's not a, you know, half white, half black child,
yeah,
it's not his.
Because I know I don't know how many people she has kids with. I know she has kids with one person and she has kids with Daemon.
Yeah.
So she will have multiple baby daddies.
And I feel like who's that? What's the goofy guy in Goonies? Chunk. Not Chunk.
I think it might be Chunk.
Is it Chunk?
I think it's. No.
He looks a little special.
Yeah, he's had. Yeah, let me see.
I feel like that's what Rhaenyra and Daemon's kid's gonna look like. but apparently not back then.
It's Sloth.
Sloth, yeah.
Yeah, Sloth. So you think Rhaenyra and Daemon might have a little Sloth baby? You know, that's fine.
I'm sure they don't.
I had a hard on this morning.
If I was a showmaker, I would make it that way, just so I have a little twist.
Just like a one-eyed Targaryen with but he also has a one-eyed dragon too, just so they have
like,
a match.
is this who you want to be king? You know?
Yeah. So like, it'll be. Really...
I find it interesting how, because I mean, obviously it's going to be a 10-year time jump, so the king is still alive. So she's. So they bumped up this wedding, right? Like they bumped it up.
It was supposed to be
like
a
7-day celebration.
Yeah. Yeah, because even Jason was like, if this is day 1, I can't imagine what you have for the wedding.
Yeah. So they bump up the wedding. So they're married. But see, all Joffrey had to do was shut his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And he was still going to be able to pitch and catch from Laenor. You know, he was going to be the... I don't know if what would he be called?
I think he'd be the same thing as Kristen Cole, I think, just to what's his face.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was odd too that like Sea Snake and his wife they were like, well, he swings the whole other way.
Yeah, I thought that was really strange of him. He's willing to be like, no, I'll do you should have worn the crown and blah 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 all this stuff. But if my kid likes dick, no way.
Yeah,
it just felt very odd.
I just thought it was weird too. But but I mean, hey, I mean, it is what it is. I don't care. Not my problem. I mean, if you want to like a man, or if you're a woman, you like a woman, cool. I don't have a problem with it. It is what it is. But anyways,
just don't tell Sir Kristen Cole. That's all you gotta do is don't tell him.
Well, I don't think he cared about that. I just, it was like,
hey, we don't know. What if that was the whole thing? What if he would have been fine with it if it was like a girl coming up to him? But since it was a man, he's like, "Fuck you, Joffrey."
Well, and then I mean, he just blurted it out to Acinta that he fucking banged her. I mean, she wasn't even talking about him. He's like, "It's true.
Yeah, true.
I did it." I'm like, "What are you? Shut up!"
I know she didn't even
shut the fuck up. Like, shut up.
In that situation, you totally would be like, "Oh fuck, she's talking about me." If you were the one that banged Rhaenyra, but let her get some words out. So you gotta get all the information before you start blurting shit out. I mean, come on, Sir Kristen Cole.
He's loyal to his job. He's loyal to his thing, and I get it.
Yeah, just sometimes.
Want to shut up?
Just shut the fuck up, Sir Kristen Cole. Shut the fuck up.
It'll be really interesting, the kind of fights they get into now that it seems like he's gonna be on Alicent's side since she saved him there at the end and all that. Like, is he gonna throw some green on and gonna be against Rhaenyra and all that now?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing's gonna surprise me in this show.
Okay, what if Rhaenyra and the king have sex?
Rhaenyra, well, I mean, it would surprise me, I guess, but
probably gross you out more than anything.
Yeah, she probably. But I mean, he saw what went down on the dance floor.
He saw him like grab her head and was like, it looked like about to kiss, but really he was yelling.
Yeah, and like he looked pissed off, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're just gonna let your brother?
Well, I think he was gonna do something, but isn't that when the fight broke out?
Yeah, but I still would have had him killed. I would have had him.
Well, you would have had him killed last week when there was just the rumor.
Yeah. So exactly.
Yeah.
But especially now, he would definitely be dead.
No, yeah, seeing that look, you would be like, "Oh, I'm
dead."
I feel like also knowing both of them, like living, like you know your brother, you know your daughter. I feel like the rumors happen. You've been around a bit. I feel like you should kind of know by now if it happened or not. You know what I mean? Get a vibe.
What? And it was funny too. I thought it was funny when she's like, they're on the ship, and I thought it was weird that they're on the ship. Their hair was blowing, but like the ship was smooth, like they were on a Cadillac.
I think you could tell a lot of this episode. I felt like they were using the volume again, just like Star Wars does, where it's like the LED screens behind. Because like it looked good. It looked better than Star Wars does it. But it is a little weird sometimes still with that shit.
It wasn't like, you're on a boat, you're hitting waves, so I mean, like, you should be moving up and down. The wind was barely blowing. I was just like, I mean, it is what it is. It's little, not a huge deal. But I liked when she was explaining to him, like, oh, like, we can still have our, our good thing. And he's like, so you want me to be your whore? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, come on.
I
like,
love
what
that.
are you doing?
Because he like sat there and thought for a good minute too, and then he's like, you want me to be your whore? Yeah.
And then...
Which, I mean, being a whore or a princess doesn't seem like that bad of a job.
It doesn't. Who's going to be king? Well, who thinks she's going to be king someday?
Yeah.
Queen. And then he has the nerve, the gall to go up to her and be like, run away with me.
Yeah. Like, he thought that was going to work.
We're gonna go see where they deliver.
We're going to hop in my Jeep and just get out of here.
I'm like, bro, she's fucking gonna be the queen one day. Like, she's not running away with your poverty ass. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's like a little Romeo and Juliet,
Her worst day running away with Kristen Cole, or her best day running away with Sir Kristen Cole, would be like her worst day being queen. Like, why would she ever be in it? Even though she's like, my life is sad and I can't do things. Why would you ever leave that opportunity?
You wouldn't, and that's why she didn't.
Yeah.
She's like, that's why she didn't.
Do you think she's gonna be pissed off at him for beating up Joffrey?
I mean, I would assume
because the whole situation. I don't know how he thought he was gonna win, but then he was gonna kill himself. So
Do we know if Alicent and the king get like a divorce? Is that a thing? Is divorce a thing back then? Or
I don't know if I don't know if that is a thing, but I'm assuming he's just gonna die, and then it'll be a fight between will Aegon be king or Rhaenyra.
Do you think he'll die next episode, or
no? I think it'll be a few. I think he'll die either the last or second to last, similar to Game of Thrones with Ned Stark.
Gotcha. And what do you think about the new hand?
I like him, but with his son being a little shiesty, it makes me wonder how shiesty he's gonna be.
Sure.
But I do I do like him. I am interested to see what the hell's gonna happen with Otto now that he's just gone. He told her to be careful, and he was kind of Alicent's last piece there. Well, but I mean, like, he's gone from the kingdom. He doesn't live there anymore. So, so I mean, like, I wonder how he's gonna get back into the story. That'll be really interesting.
Oh, I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if like she brings Kristen Cole as to be like her bodyguard, and like that, like he starts working with Otto and like as a revenge. I could
kind of see it going, like, as she gets more power, bringing him back in and stuff like that. I could see that.
Yeah,
that could be fun.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm getting a little notice. So before we wrap up, do you want to see the special hat that me and Taylor got?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the hat.
Yeah, I got it right here. So it is adjustable, but
okay,
it says Hess.
Oh, wow. What's on the side?
On the side, it is some kind of flag. I'm not quite sure what. Hold on, I can't get that good for you.
That's pretty friggin' sweet.
But you got a nice little Hess hat now.
It's a big oil. It's a big oil thing.
I wish it is adjustable, so hopefully it'll fit you. But it's a fun little Hess hat.
Thank you, Taylor. The next week, Taylor, I would like a report on what flag that is, please.
Okay, I'll ask her and I'll get back to you and let you know.
Yeah, I feel like she's pretty smart and she should know.
I think actually she told me when she handed it to me, and I just don't remember.
I would. You're like, I'll remember that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just remember that it said Hess, and it was kind of cool.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
It was just like, oh, how do you not get that?
Duh.
Yeah. But is there?
I wish I was related to those Hesses.
Yeah. You know, every time now in the credits, and I see Sarah Hess, I think of you.
Yeah. It's my mom.
It's another reason to watch the credits now.
That's right. It's my mom.
But is there any last things you want to say before we wrap this up? We got 3 minutes before we have to wrap up.
I don't think so. Save the whales, everybody. Save the whales.
That's not where I thought you were going at all.
Do you remember years ago when I said that?
I forgot about that. We're like, take it away, Hess, and you're just like, save the whales. I don't know. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought about this episode, and we'll see you guys next week for the big time jump. It'll be interesting with the new actors.
10 years, 10 years into the future.
The princess has a dragon, you dumb
You know, it's funny. You could go back 10 years and get a picture of you 10 years ago and me 10 years ago.
Next week we should.
Yeah.
It's a great idea, actually.
Because we've definitely been doing this shit for 10 years.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I like that. We'll do that next week.
10-year time jump, and then you could have us morph into us now.
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
See? Look at that.
We got an intro for next week. All right. Well, that's about to die and this is about to turn off, so let's wrap
Peace, motherfuckers.
Peace out, babies.